2 rounds of the Gavra Academy Project Cars 2. We're back at Brands Hatch this time for rounds 3 and 4. So we're already getting some times in. I think that lap time of Simober was a outlap, and these are some real times with a 50-second.8 from deck paint already. Now I don't know what good times are around here. I believe they set some times in the chat. Yeah, that was from deck paint. Got 9 people tonight. He almost was over there, through the gravel trap and into the wall. I don't think he has damage because these cars are pretty tough. The liqueur is right on the back of someone. Now deck paint is already a second faster, but it's only practice, so these might not be the real times of them. Nikki has just joined. So did Smithy. Some people left and joined. I don't know why. It's just practice, so they can still hop in. Stack Paint still holds on to first position here. The rest of the top 5 is pretty close together, only within half a second of each other. This might change though. This Emo comes over the finish line. He doesn't improve there. Let me get to the finish line. He has some slipstream, but that won't help too much. He is 0.1 seconds faster. As Bruno got into the into the 50s, into the high 50s, I have to say. Now he's only 0.2 seconds behind deck paint. But deck paint shows he's the fastest here. And that's right on board with deck paint here. He goes into the pits, so that won't be too helpful. Let's ride along with J-Palm. Oh no, Stee. He has just set a faster time and now he's in 3rd place. Fast right-hander, then brake for the hairpin. Then a tricky left-hander. You can get wide here, but don't go too wide or you'll get a penalty. Now this is the short version, so there's a chicane here, which follows with a right hand side corner, which is the last corner. On the main straight and then over the finish line. He was faster, he is now in second place. Let's get back on trackside cam. So now it's Deck Paint in first place, Stee in second and Bruno in third. And we've got only 3 guys who are in the 50s. Stee gets a bit wide there. I think he will get a slowdown for that. Deck Paint is out for his last lap time probably. Pretty close field tonight. Only Smithy is 11 seconds off first place, but I think that is an outlap. And Motormouth is, as usual, not doing any times in practice. Let's see here. This is gonna be the last lap of Stee, I think. He isn't improving for now. He might be faster in the last bit. He is running with 32 liters, so if he can get those lap times with 33 liters, what can he do with more with S? Bruno is also on his last lap. Everyone almost mounts it there. There are 2 guys already on track. It's Bruno and someone else is in front of him. Don't know who that is. Let's see. Maybe Smithy? No. It's Nicky. He will be the first to get a lap time out, unless someone got out of the pits and went back into the pits and is now on an out lap. But those times don't count. Comes around the first corner. He goes over the grass, almost rolls there. I don't think this will be his fastest time. Very tricky to get it right, the first corner. Just to keep a bit too much curb and you'll mount it and get a slowdown maybe. And too much on the outside and you'll be slow. Comes around the last corner. To pit straight. Let's get the map up and speedometer 52 seconds 4 and J Palm with a 51.9. He's already faster. Bruno is slower, but I think he made a mistake there. Matt with a 54 second 4. No one has beaten J Palm's time. Well, speak of the devil, Smithy has now 50.9. Looks like he's gonna be one of the front runners, according to practice, as he goes for the overtake in qualifying. Go Matt, go. Yeah. Let's get to Matt. Let's see what he can do. Definitely not his fastest time. He's 1 second faster. A 1:52.7. Smithy still in the lead with a 50.5. which is faster as he gets on into the gravel. So this won't be his fastest lap time. Let's see where's Deck Paint at, because he was first in practice. Let's see what he can do. He comes around the last corner, gets a bit of that slipstream, which doesn't work too much, but it's a bit. Comes across the line and he is in second place now with a 52nd .6. Sweden for the win. Yeah, we'll see that. Let's get to Doligura. He just came across the line. Will be starting his next lap. To the hairpin. Probably lots of overtakes going to be done there. That's pretty much the only good overtaking option. Get a good exit out of the last corner, then brake good into the first corner. Get as early as possible on throttle in coming out of the first corner into that hairpin. Jolly Girls comes across the line. He did a 150. No, he didn't. No, it's a 51 second 3, which puts him in 5th place. Now there are only 2 guys who are in the 50 seconds now. I think, yeah, no, Bruno almost gets into the 50s, so did Nicky, who gets on the gravel there. Wouldn't want to do that in the race, because you'll lose a lot of time. And first and second place are only separated by 67 hundredths of a second. No, thousandths of a second. Yeah, that's good. Smithy abandons his lap. Let's see, Deck Paint is faster. He is now in 1st place. Will be a close battle between Smithy and Deck Paint, looks like that. Matt is on the edge of getting into the 50s, but doesn't seem he managed to. He may be able to do it in one of these next laps. Again, one mistake and you'll lose a lot of time in these cars. And that's Bruno, who is in the 50s. 50.6. We've got 3 guys who are in the 50s. Let's see if we can get another guy. Let's see if Matt can be able to do that. He's already faster than his last lap. Than his fastest lap, I have to say. Gets a bit too much on the curb. I don't know if he'll get a slowdown for that. It seems like it, and someone goes off there. He uses the reset button. It was a motor mouth. Don't know who it was. Let's not investigate that. Steve has also been able to get into the 50s, 50.8. It's one of the poor guys who are in the 50s now. Let's see if Matt can be able to do that too. I think he was able to do it in practice, but he gets into the pit, so either he has to go out now or he can't do another lap. Let's see what Smithy can do here. Comes across the line, he was 7 seconds slower, so certainly wasn't his best lap time. As he drifts around the first corner. Which can be done quite easily in these cars, because it's front wheel drive. It is slower than his fastest lap time, so if he... yeah, I think he'll be able to do another lap. Let's see who's that behind him. Bruno. Steve. This will be the last lap time of Steve. Nicky may be able to overtake him, to overtake Matt. With a lap time, no, I don't think he will, but either that or he has to gain lots of time in the last corner. Comes across the line and he doesn't improve. Let's go to Smithy, let's see what he can do. No, there's someone in front of him, but I don't know who that is. We can see. No, he doesn't improve, he just came across the line. Let's see what Smithy can do. See if he can improve. No, he didn't. As did the guy behind him. Only one guy left now. That was Motormouth behind him. Oh. Sim Ober, gets into the pits. He wasn't able to improve his last lap time, so he just goes into the pits. 3 seconds to 1. And that's qualifying over. As we've got Deck Paint in first place. With a 50-second.4. Smithy in second place with a 50-second.5. Bruno in third place with a 50-second.6. Grant Stee in fourth place. Matt in fifth place. Nicky in sixth place. Emo in seventh place. Dolly Gura in eighth place. And J-Pom in ninth place. Ninth place. Motormouth in 10th place, and Simober rounds off the grid in 11th place. Let's continue. Get to the race. Retire and spectate. Monitor. There we go. Again, now I didn't say this before, but Brands Hatch is really tricky into the first corner, so I hope they can all get around cleanly. Like last time. They were all clean last time. Let's hope they can do that today as well. We'll go with third place, as that will get us a good point of view of what's happening, probably. Maybe fourth, no, third is good. So they've got a minute left. This is just waiting. Just taking a sip before the race starts. 15 minutes. Bowie is rooting for Smithy. Only half a minute left. Should be able to get it all done in time. I mean, 2 minutes is plenty of time. Yeah, there we go. These things up. And they're off. As Stee has a really bad start. Didn't seem to be able to get off quickly. Out of the line. Deck paint leads. And Smithy is behind him in second place. I think he wants to overtake him as quickly as possible. No off tracks until now, so that's good. They're going side by side in the background. Let's see. We'll go a bit to the back of the field. There is already a big gap between 6th and 5th. Stee is holding them up a bit. See if Nicky can get it done. It's a bit slow to T1. Get back to the first couple of places. Yes, it was all good and clean, which is pretty good considering these are all new guys and it's a pretty difficult kart track combination. As there is a gap between 2nd and 3rd now. Smithy probably really wants to keep the pressure on deck paint, so deck paint might make a mistake and Smithy can overtaking them. Already a bit of gaps forming. Smithy has a slowdown probably, as he's slowing down. Bruno overtakes him here, but let's see if Smithy can overtake him back. They come onto pit straight. Bigger pit straight than Autumn Park. Smithy. Bruno goes a bit wide. Smithy going for the outside. Let's see if he can get it done around the outside. No. Bruno managed to hold him, but Smithy is still there. He's on the inside of this corner now. He overtook Bruno, but Bruno may be able to keep the pressure on Smithy and overtake him again. So they come on to pit straight. We've got 4 little groups. Bruno shows his nose. Now if he can get it right through the first corner, he may be able to do it into the second corner. No, he won't be able to do it, or he has to do a big dive bomb. Smithy can't make any mistake now, otherwise Bruno will overtake him. Bruno goes a bit wide there over the curb. Don't know if he has to slow down. Maybe he has to slow down, but don't think so, because he isn't slowing down. As Bruno is right on the back of Smith here. Let's see if he can go for the overtake. Shows his nose. Goes back on the racing line. Smithy makes a bit of a mistake coming through T1. Bruno wanted to go for it, but he couldn't because he was a bit too far off. He goes wide now. Emo is just watching all of this, and if they collide, he will get past them. We'll take advantage of that. And Deck Paint is just driving off into the abyss while these guys are battling. This is really good for Deck Paint. Emo is right on the back of Bruno. Looked like it, but Smithy is able to put a bit of a gap from Bruno, but Bruno is heavily defending here from Emo. Both going a bit wide there. Deck Paint is the only one who's been able to lap 52nd and lap 50s here. Until last lap, but comes across the line now. Yeah, he's still in the 50s. Let's go and see around here. These guys are all pretty close together. It looks like, no, it looked like Emo was right on the back of Bruno again. Bruno is definitely under pressure. Emo just needs to not make a mistake and just keep it consistent. If he can do that and Bruno makes a mistake, then Emo can overtake him for third place. Bruno goes a bit wide there. Emo tried to go for the inside, but Bruno is blocking that off, so he went for the outside, but couldn't get alongside Bruno here. And while these guys are battling, the guys behind are catching up. So that will make a big battle then, as you are obviously slower when you're battling than the rest of the guys who aren't battling. And Smithy has definitely been able to pull a big gap on Bruno here. See if he can close into Deck Paint. He was a second faster last lap. And Steve is definitely closing in. Let's run through the grid now. We've got Deck Paint in first with a 5-second lead on Smithy. He's got also 2-second lead to Bruno, and he's fighting with Emo. He is catching up to Emo, so might get a three-way battle here. Matt is a bit of on his own, with Dolicura behind him. Behind him is Nicky. And then we've got J Palm. And then a huge gap of 14 seconds to Sam Ober, who's fighting with Motormouth. This is definitely not Motormouth's car. Let's get back up to the front. Bruno is getting away a bit from Emo. Steve is catching up. If Emo makes more mistakes, he will get overtaken by Steve. Goes onto the grass there. That curb probably grabbed onto him, as project cars curbs tend to do that. He is slow out of that corner, so Steve just overtakes him because he's got a speed advantage. That was a clean pass. That was a good pass. Just he saw the opportunity and went for it. And easily got past there. He does go slow there, but not quite slow enough for Emo to get on his own side, as there's a bit of a gap, not much. So Emo just can keep it consistent, although Steve is lapping consistently fast. Bruno is also pretty consistent. So we've got 3 minutes and 45 seconds left. We're getting some big gaps here. You can see on the map that these guys are pretty close together, so let's go to these guys. Also has the better setup, gets to be faster, but all of them are lapping pretty close times. Most of them, I have to say. Gavra gets close to Nick here. Well, you think it is close in other cars, but it isn't really close in these cars, because you have to be right on the back of someone to be able to overtake him. These guys are getting really close together. So are Bruno and Steve. Let's go to them. See who is lapping faster. Last lap. That is Bruno. They are both lapping 50s, but Bruno was only a slight bit faster. Really pushing the car here, Bruno. So we got probably about 2 laps left. This lap, next lap, and yeah, this lap. And probably another lap, since there's a minute left. As T goes really wide there into the gravel, loses a lot of time. Don't think he'll be able to overtake Bruno anymore. So let's go back to these guys who are really close together. Last minute battle. Last 2 laps battle. So actually deck paint has... No, never mind. Don't want to miss deck paint crossing the finish line, which will be difficult as these guys are really battling for the sixth position in the last lap. Let's see who gets to be 6th, 7th and 8th. Doligura has a run on Matt. Let's see if he can pull the overtake off. Matt turns into Doligura and Doligura goes wide because of it. I think Doligura will be able to overtake them again as Tech Paint just crossed the finish line. He did a great win there. Smithy comes 2nd as he does a flip. That will be a 10th from the jury. Bruno got 3rd on track, but he overtook him because of his penalties. Emo is 5th. Matt is 6th. He managed to hold on to 6th. Doligura got 8th, so Nicky made a mistake, who is 9th. J-Pom in Nicky is 8th, J-Pom in 9th place. Motormouth comes onto the pit straight, crosses the finish line in 10th position, and Sim Mober just behind him in 11th. Quite a bit of penalties here. Need to get the screenshots for Sig. There we go. Return to lobby, and now I'm gonna make the changes for the other race. I'm gonna remove qualifying and practice, and then we'll move on to the next race. Round 4. Don't know why it wasn't custom, but I think it was on the right date. Okay, now if you've removed qualifying practice, let's get on to race 2 here. Okay, we will give these guys a bit of a break. Most people are already giving the thumbs up to start. We'll give these guys a minute. A minute is long though. I might go earlier. Yeah, let's go earlier. Why not? And we're loading. Don't know why the guy in the background was saying safety car, because there isn't a safety car in this game. And we're in the 2 minutes of preparing. Let's not exit. That's not a good thing to do. Oh, shite. I forgot that there is a qualifying in between. That's totally my fault. Sorry for that. I'm, 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 I'm so sorry. 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 I'm so sor Well, that's a pity for some guys. Okay, we'll I will make a new lobby because they want the qualifying, of course. That's a dumb fault of mine. Sorry for that. Okay, qualifying. That's such a dumb fault of mine. Sorry for that. Typical something for me. Okay, let's send them an invite. Okay, and the next. Such a dumb fault of mine. I should have thought about it. Okay. And then we go to yeah, there we go. And yeah, we're all human. Someone said that in the academy chat. We all make mistakes. Let's see. Let's send these guys an invite. And yeah, I've sent him an invite. Let's see. I've got deck paint, yes. Dolly Jura, yes. Granted T, yes. Ian, Emo Guy, yes. Motormouth, yes. Nikki, yes. Smithy, yes. Bruno, no. J Palm, 23. And that's everyone. Yeah, I've sent him an invite. Let's see. I think we've got everyone. Yeah, we've got 11 guys. Okay, let's see. Double check. Yes, we've got qualifying. Let's go. I totally forgot about it. Sorry. Sorry y'all. Totally my fault. I already thought that I was missing something, but and then I realized, oh shite. Yeah, that can happen. Well, it can't, but it's me, so it can happen. Let's just say that. Retire, inspect dates, monitor, and let's see. Gets out first. I think it will be deck paint because no, it isn't. It's either T. Yeah, it's T who will be the first to put in a lap time, a good lap time. Well, good. May mess up, but by good lap time I mean not a lap time which is out of the pits. Three of them are pretty close together, so they might slow down. Guys behind Steve. Steve comes around the pit straight. Guys behind him are were side by side. It's qualifying. It isn't a race, not yet. He makes it around the first corner, drifting, gets on the gravel, which pulls him into the wall, and I don't know who that is, but he misses him just. I think Steve will have damage, but it seems like he's staying out. I don't know who is gonna be the first to set the time. It is Smithy. I think that's a different car, but that is probably because I started it a bit too fast, too soon, but I don't know. 51.2, pretty fast. Bruno set the lap time, but I think that's an out lap. Smithy goes into the pits. As the lap time starts rolling in, with only, oh wow, that was also almost a flip there of Matt. Gets into the wall. I don't think he will go for the pit. He almost flipped there. That's what happens when you clip that curb wrongly. He's slowing down for the people behind him. Deck paint sets a faster lap time, 50.8. He's right behind another guy and they're drifting around. Deck paint flashes his lights. Can happen, but it's a really short qualifying, so I don't think he'll be okay. That's just blocking. Isn't too clean. Don't know how he did that. It's an emo guy. I think, yeah. I don't know why he did that. He just ran him off the track. He's flashing his lights now. So there's only 1 minute left, so 2 laps for these guys. I mean, one of them could just back out and then they'll have clean air, both of them. That's what I would do. Deck paint flashing his lights. Now Emo is flashing his lights as well as deck paint. Oh wow. Emo got it all wrong there. Slowed down. Just in front of the deck paint. Well, he is in first place, so he should be happy. But someone may be able to improve and overtake him. Emo gets it all wrong. Now well, it looked like he got it all wrong, but he might be able to be faster. Yeah, that's a good thing to do, deck paint. Just back out, you were slower, there's no point of driving on. There are only 3 guys who can be faster. J-Pom just overtook Smithy. They have the same lap times. Well, let's get back to Emo. Wow, that's really rare. They both got exactly the same lap times. As Emo crosses the line and doesn't improve. So I got some snacks. Well, was a pretty hectic qualifying from 2 guys. So run down the grid. We've got deck paint in first place with a 50.8, Bruno in second place with a 50.9, so only 2 guys in the 50s. J-Palm improved compared to last time. He's done a 51.2. Smithy also in fourth place, and he also did a 51.2. Nicky in fifth place with a 51.271, and then we've got Steve in sixth place, Dolly Gura in seventh, eighth is Sim Ober. Motormouth claims the 9th place, and Matt is in 10th. And after that hectic qualifying for Emo, he got himself in 11th place. Let's head on to the race now. Got to retire. We've got a bit of a different grid now. Don't have Emo in the top 5. And I know there's someone else missing in the top 5, but this is how it is compared to last time, was it? But next week, of course, different cars and of course different tracks. We'll be driving the McCain V6 for 2 races. Won't be 2 races on one night. There'll be 1 race of 30 minutes, but because these cars are pretty close together, to keep the grid together, we've done 2 15 minutes late races, and we're off the grid, and they're going into the first corner, 3 wide. J-Palm on the outside, and Smithy just overtook 2 guys. J-Palm got it all wrong, and I think that's a bit of a crash there. Or those guys got off slowly. I think that was a crash. Stewards may see some claims. I don't know. Bruno claims second place. Smithy in third. Bruno overtook Smithy again apparently. But Smithy is now right on the back of Bruno. Let's see if he can overtake him here. No, he slowed down and deck paint got on the gravel there. Loses 2 positions and Bruno and Smithy go side by side to the second corner. Bit of a touch but nothing too bad. Smithy goes for a bit of a late move and they touch into the wall. It's really bad. Bruno and Smithy recover from it fast. Smithy flashes his lights. That doesn't look too good for Bruno. I think he has damage. He has to have damage. But deck paint is now right on the back of Steve. He gives T a bit of a touch. Bit of a kiss up his arse. But he managed to hold it. Let's see whether Bruno and Smithy can make those places up again. I do have to say, grab some snacks because it's really good to watch these races with. Of course, we've got 2 other races going on right now, the Ferraris and the Formula 1 Freshman League. Check them out when we have finished in 12 minutes. As deck paint comes right up the back of Steve. Tried to go for the inside, but Steve managed to block him there. Steve went wide there and he just turned into deck paint 2 times and lost it. Nicky suffered from that because Steve came over the track and right in front of Nicky. Now J-Palm is in 5th place and right on the back of Nicky. Smithy and Bruno are again in 2nd and 3rd place. I don't know why T did that. I mean, I'm not supposed to give my opinion, so I won't tell you guys my opinion about that. Smithy tries to go for the inside. He shows his nose and shows his lights. Smithy right on the back of Bruno. Bruno goes wide there. Smithy sees the opportunity and goes for the inside. He gets it done cleanly, fast. Bruno is now right on the back of Smithy. So let's see if he can pull off something. 2T2 goes a bit wide there. Don't think he'll be able to go for the overtake as someone goes wide there. That is Nicky. Just clipped the gravel and the gravel grabbed onto him, which it does in this game. Really weird, but it's the physics of this game. J-Palm is now in 4th place in front of Nicky. Let's see if Nicky can pull off something here. Back to J-Palm, but he first has to close a gap. Bruno, we saw Bruno going for the inside, well, trying to go for the inside, but didn't manage to do it. As that's Motormouth who is, no, that's Motormouth who is really close, slow, and Emo has just disconnected. Don't know what happened to Motormouth. It's just really slow. Might be waiting for Dolly Jura or something. No, he is really slow. Might have a lot of damage. Let's get back to this fight. I wonder what happened to Motormouth. Doesn't look too good for him. Let's see if Bruno can be able to pull off something against Smithy. First has to close in. So there's probably about half a second gap between them. Is that someone who has stopped on the outside here? That is D, but I don't know why. He might have gone into the outside ball there. Motormouth is pitting. Yeah, he probably has a lot of damage. That's really bad for him. Oh no. I wonder what happened to him. Let's get back to these guys. Bruno managed to get close to Miss Smithy again. Let's see if he can do something next straight. So we've got still 7 minutes left, so plenty of time to overtake someone. Motormouth does go on, so that's good. That's good. Yeah, that's good. Not giving up. No, as there is still points left to gain. Bruno showed his nose up the inside. Smithy saw it and defended. Blocked him there. Bruno gave Smithy a bit of a love kiss there, but nothing worse. Nothing bad, I mean, sorry. I don't think Bruno will be able to get an overtake done. Smithy flashes his light. I don't know why. Maybe for that little love tap, but Bruno seems to be slower. But that may change. Nick has been still behind Smithy here. Smithy has been able to get a bit of a gap. Let's get back to these two. They are really close together now. Last corner now. Still, it looks the same in terms of the gap between them. Nicky may try and wait until there's only a few seconds left, minutes left. Only 3 minutes left. He tried to go for the inside, but J-Pom saw it and went for the inside, and also went for the inside, blocked him off there. What you can try and do is show your nose up the inside. The guy maybe tries to outbrake you. then just before the braking zone, get back to the outside to your normal racing line. The guy may outbrake himself there and go for the overtake. That sometimes happens. I sometimes manage to pull one of those off and overtake someone by that. Deck paint is just untouchable. If deck paint makes a mistake, that's the only way he'll get overtaken then. These guys, I'm not sure whether they will end like this. And nor do I know about these guys because they are really close together. Nicky is right on the back of J Palm here. Let's see if he can get it done into the second corner. He is close enough. Nicky goes for the outside. J Palm's defend for the inside and he doesn't get it done again. J Palm just doesn't make a mistake, which is probably really frustrating for Nicky. Oh, and Nicky touches J Palm here. But it wasn't something too bad. I think next lap will be last lap. This is the penultimate lap. So Nicky will have only 2 laps to overtake him. He goes for the outside here. Nicky on the J Palm on the inside. He doesn't get it done again. He's really trying, but he can't. Went with a little wide there. He's got the speed advantage. He is running low on fuel. He has overtaken him. But he may get a penalty for going a bit too wide in that corner. Now J Palm is alongside him again. He squeezes Nicky off there. It went down all clean. J Palm still in 4th place. Nicky going for the outside here. J Palm again squeezes Nicky off a bit. Don't think Nicky will be able to get a run on J Palm here. I'm gonna go to deck paint. As he comes across the finish line, gives us a nice flash, and he'll be first in the second race again. Smithy comes across the finish line in 2nd place after a battle with Bruno. Bruno in 3rd. Nicky has been able to get alongside J Palm here. He is 4th. It was down to the finish line. J Palm in 5th. Matt comes across the finish line in 6th. Then we've got T. Comes around the last corner here. Now that was a great battle between J Palm and Nicky. It was right down the straight. Nicky managed to overtake him here. Steve is in 7th and everyone has finished here. We've had some lapped cars. Motormouth is in 10th because Emo disconnected. So we have deck paint in 1st. Again a 5-second lead. Behind him is Smithy. Pretty close to Bruno. They had a fight. And then Nicky, who just overtook J Palm across the finish line. Really close between them. Then we've got Matt behind him. just in the no man's land. Steve behind him, who had a crash in the beginning with Nicky. Nicky has been able to get up the front again. Sim Ober in 8th. Behind him is Dolly Jura. Just behind him is Motormouth, who had a big accident, I think, but I don't know. I still wonder why he was so slow and he had to go to the pits to repair. But that's been the second race. It had a bit more fights than the first race and a bit more crashes, but nothing too bad. Well, there were some things, but wasn't. Yeah, well, it was, but I won't give my opinion on that. Okay, that's been the race of tonight, the 2 rounds. Next week we'll be back with the McCain V6 on I don't know what track. It will be a surprise for both of us. And check out all the other stuff of Gavra. The freshman league probably has finished now. I think the Ferrari stream is up now. Check that out, pretty fun. And check out the all the other races tomorrow, GT3s and Monday. We've got races pretty much all day, all days. So check all of them out. You can join the Discord if you want to join Gavra. And then I'll see you next week, I think. Bye.